He pulled his semi-truck into the rest stop at 3 a.m. He checked his fuel receipt, something he'd done 1,000 times. But tonight, a single number caught his eye. He didn't know it yet, but that one digit was about to cost a Fortune 500 company their reputation. And it was about to cost him everything: his job, his savings, and his freedom. Because when he went to the authorities, he didn't find justice. He found a wall of lawyers, threats, and a system that protects the rich. This is the story of one truck driver versus a billion-dollar machine. One day, Dave notices something weird. He fills his tank in Nevada, drives to California, and the computer says he burned double the fuel he actually used. It doesn't add up. He checks the company's internal app. The math is wrong. He digs deeper. He finds a pattern. The system is faking mileage numbers to charge the government for fuel subsidies they weren't entitled to. He didn't want money, he just wanted them to fix it. So he did what any good American would do. He took his proof to his manager. 3 days later, Dave is pulled into a meeting. But it's not his manager. It's HR and a corporate lawyer. They don't thank him. They don't investigate. They hand him a termination letter. Gross misconduct, they say. Tampering with company data. He wasn't a whistleblower. He was a liability. Within 2 weeks, his health insurance is cut. His daughter gets a letter saying her tuition is due in full. Dave's credit score crashes. He can't pay his mortgage. The system is squeezing him. They thought if they bankrupted him, he'd disappear. But Dave didn't disappear. He did something his lawyer, who he couldn't afford, told him not to do. He drove to the local FBI field office. Not with a lawyer, not with a press release, just a USB drive and a folded-up fuel receipt. The FBI took his evidence, but the corporation didn't back down. They sent private investigators to his house. They dug through his 15-year-old tax returns looking for a crime. They flew lawyers to his daughter's college to intimidate her. For 8 months, Dave fought. He couldn't afford a lawyer, so he represented himself. He wrote 400-page briefs by hand. He drove to court 6 hours away, sleeping in his truck in the parking lot. He was a man with no power, using the only tool he had, the truth. Then, the system made a fatal mistake. In their greed to destroy Dave, they accidentally submitted an internal email that admitted the fraud. The judge saw it. The evidence went public. Suddenly, the $2 billion fraud was no longer a technical error. It was a crime. The settlement didn't make Dave rich. The corporation paid $450 million in fines. Dave got $300,000, less than his legal fees would have been, but he won. The system didn't break him. It tried to bury a mouse, and the mouse bit back. It's easy to think you can't fight the machine. But Dave didn't fight the machine. He just turned on the lights. Because in the United States, the system is only as strong as the paper it's printed on. And paper burns. If you want to see more stories about regular people taking down corrupt giants, hit that subscribe button right now. I'll see you in the next one.